Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to the Sweetwater Minute. Today I'm joined by Greg Baitz. Greg is the Dean of Sweetwater University here at Sweetwater.
Right.
Greg, you actually started here how many years ago?
It's been almost 16 years now.
16 years. And you started, what was your first job when you were here?
My first job when I started here was an administrative intern in the sales department, working my way towards a sales engineer position.
Right. And for a while, we actually worked together.
We did, yes.
And what were you doing?
At that time, I was your assistant on the sales floor as a sales intern at that time, and spent time working with customers and doing basically the job of a sales engineer at that time under your mentorship, of course.
That's right. So after you were a sales assistant, then what did you move on to here at Sweetwater? Where did you go from there?
Sure, after that I moved on to being a sales engineer, and I did that for a few years here as well.
Now around that time, myself and one of the sales engineers who has since become a sales manager, David Stewart, started a series of classes for the other sales engineers, and we called them Sweetwater University. And they were basically training classes on the technologies and some of the information that the sales engineers needed to be effective on the telephones. And you took that ball and you really ran with it.
Yeah, well, I had a unique perspective that I was one of the students that originally went through Sweetwater University. And so I've had the unique experience to come full circle from a student to one of the trainers and dean of Sweetwater U at this point, so certainly.
Right. So tell us, what is Sweetwater University?
Sure. Sweetwater University is a program that we use to help train all of our sales engineers in everything necessary to take care of our customers, which is quite a job when we talk about everything from the philosophies that we have all the way through the technology that we use. Quite a chore to take somebody from off the street that has quite extensive knowledge to start, but then to take them from there to a position where they can answer any of the questions a customer might have.
Right.
And being a different music store where we handle all the needs, that's quite encompassing to cover, things like guitars and microphones and digital recording and anything in between to get somebody up to speed to be able to do that.
Right. So how does it work? A engineer or a musician is hired on here as a sales engineer. They move to Fort Wayne. They come to Sweetwater the first day. How does the process work as far as getting through Sweetwater University?
Sure. Well, on day one, they start their 13-week process. Sweetwater University is a 13-week training program that many liken to a master's degree in music technology, if you will. But on their first week, we send them through what we call an orientation week. And during that week, we send them through training on the systems that we use, primarily the database that we use, but also our email systems and phone systems and the philosophies, basic philosophies and conversations that we have with customers.
Right.
Then from there, we take them through one of the two sections of Sweetwater University. We have two sections. The first one they typically go through is called Recording and Live Sound, which will cover both analog types of technology as well as digital technology. Then from there, they go in through a week we call Team Interaction, which is very similar to the internship I went through with you many years ago. And we send them out to the sales floor so they can put those things into practice with customers, but under the mentorship of a sales engineer so that they're working with established customers and learning practices on how to create quotes and invoices and this sort of thing. Then they go back into Sweetwater University for another section that at that point we call the instruments section, and that's where we cover the technologies for things like guitars and keyboards and drum technology, things like that. We even cover things such as lighting and video in there also. And then the final week we call a practical application week, and that's where we send them out to the sales floor yet again. But at that point they're just about ready to roll out, and we have classes catered towards them prospecting and building their databases and getting ready to roll out that next week.
Right.
So that in a nutshell is the 13-week training program.
And they have tests and things that they have to pass as well as part of finishing up or getting out of Sweetwater University?
Sure. We have weekly checkpoints with them, many quizzes throughout the course of Sweetwater University, and two major exams that they have to do throughout the program as well. And they need to achieve 80% or above on each exam to be considered passing.
So it's very intense.
Very intense.
Now, who teaches these classes?
It's a good question. Many people do. We have many people from inside the company. We have several sales engineers that teach classes. We have many sales managers that teach classes, all the way up through Chuck himself teaches classes in Sweetwater University. And then we bring in instructors from outside the company as well. We have manufacturers that support and partner with us to come in and teach these classes also.
Right, right. I teach one class myself on MIDI technology, and we really dive into the minutia of MIDI. I mean, we get into the bits and the bytes and how the data flows and all of those kinds of things. So I'm assuming all the classes go into that kind of depth for the guys.
Absolutely,
yeah. Yeah, pretty amazing.
Yeah, they often refer to it as drinking from the fire hose. There's a lot of information coming at a short amount of time.
Right, right. Now, once they get out of Sweetwater University, the training doesn't stop there.
No, not at all. Actually, it's just the beginning. Much like a college degree program where you learn how to learn, that's a little bit of the concept of Sweetwater University. We just get them started with how to learn once they roll out. From there, we have continuing education, and one of the primary sources of that is in this very room that we have our morning meetings in every Tuesday and Thursday morning. So we meet here at 7:30 every Tuesday and Thursday morning, and we have an hour and a half long meeting, typically with our manufacturers coming in to educate us on the technologies and products that we sell. It even goes beyond that. We have other training sessions that go on during the daytime. Sometimes we have walkthrough training sessions where we need more hands-on approach to the gear that we sell. We have some things we call office hours where we'll have manufacturers stop by and spend some time here throughout the day conducting business, but also to be on hand to answer questions that we might have as well.
Right, right. So I have two more questions for you.
Sure.
Number one, is it true that you're the most organized human being on the planet?
Well, I don't know about that, but I certainly try.
And my second question is, do you like my new haircut?
I do like your new haircut, yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very
You're
much. Greg, thanks so much for stopping by. I really
No
appreciate
problem.
talking with you.
Thanks, Mitch.
I'm Mitch Gallagher. Thanks for joining me for the Sweetwater Minute.